Transformers has had a very interesting history when it comes to movies. From the one where they gunned down every single Transformer in the first generation, to whatever the hell this is, there's definitely been an interesting variety of movies over the years. But that was before Transformers 1 came out. This is the best Transformers movie. And you can't, argue with me. When I left that theater, I took a breath of fresh air, knowing these children wouldn't have to suffer what I suffered. I had to live with these pieces of garbage as the only thing I knew about Transformers until I was 12. So this isn't me being biased for the good old days. I wasn't around during those. So don't say I'm biased about the old cartoons. They're just better. The Michael Bay Transformers movies are supposed to be forgotten, damned to a life of ironic rewatches for the rest of eternity. And I'm just talking about the first three. I'm not gonna bring up those. My brain is happier when I forget those.
For a little while, I was a sophomore and he was a senior. It's fine.
No, it's not fine.
We've got a pre-existing juvenile foundational relationship. Statute 2705-3.
What? Texas statute? That a real law?
Yep.
I'd like to forget the other three, but at this point, they're a part of me now. And I'm not gonna say I didn't like them as a kid, because I freaking loved them. But also, it didn't take much to please me as a kid. So now, I'm going to set the record straight about these movies for what is definitely the first time. Okay, there are a lot of points about this movie, so I'm going to be brief and only mention 3, okay?
We will kill them all.
In these movies, Optimus Prime goes from a kind leader who values all sentient life to a violent killing machine. Being a Prime is no longer a sacred honor. That's for nerds. In Michael Bay's world, being a Prime just means you're really good at killing things. Now, I'm not saying Optimus Prime can't fight anybody, because of course he can. Transformers, at the end of the day, is just a fight between Autobots and Decepticons. But as the franchise goes on, I feel like Optimus Prime starts causing more and more bodily harm on purpose. In the first movie, he kind of just beats up Megatron and then he runs away, which is fine. That's what he did, back in the day. But in Revenge of the Fallen, Optimus decides it's time to get a bit creative.
You picked the wrong planet. Give me your face. I rise, you fall.
This doesn't even feel like the same guy! And you could excuse him, because he did just die and get brought back to life, but he is just as feral and violent before that. Why does Optimus Prime, leader of the heroic Autobots, have built-in meat hooks in his arms? And this continues to the third movie too. After defeating Sentinel Prime, Optimus decides the bloodshed should continue. Not only does he rip Megatron's spine out through his skull, he decides that wasn't enough in Old Yeller's Sentinel Prime. You know, the thing that in Transformers 1 made Megatron the bad guy? It isn't even Optimus Prime anymore. Optimus doesn't resort to violence immediately. And basically everyone in this movie does. For the most part, all these Autobots talk about is sex and bodily harm.
Our medical officer, Ratchet. The boy's pheromone levels suggest he wants to mate with the female.
But that is not the only thing wrong with these characters.
But don't just take it from me. Take it from my good friend, the Black Transformer Jazz.
What's cracking, my homies?
Okay, so I'm going to start with the Decepticon designs, and then I'm going to move over to the Autobot designs. For the Decepticon designs, we're going to play a little game I like to call Name That Decepticon. That's right, it's Megatron. Okay, we're just gonna go to the next one. Oh, okay, yeah, that's Shockwave, yeah. Alright, how is that even practical? Nitro Zeus? Alright, never mind, game is canceled. Because why does every Decepticon character look like a wadded up piece of tinfoil? Like, look what they did to my favorite Transformer Soundwave. For reference, this is what he looked like in the G1 cartoon. You know, he looks like a character that you can recognize. And this is what they did to him. I'm not going to act like I grew up with the original cartoon, because I didn't. But given the chance between this toy and this toy, I'm going to pick the one that doesn't look like a metal pug. And don't even get me started on the Autobots. For the longest time, these were the definitive Autobot live-action designs. The completely wrong colors, the weird human faces, Except you, Jazz. We love you. These were the closest we thought we'd ever get to the original designs. And then, out of the sky, came a savior. This movie gave us the greatest live-action Transformers designs anybody had ever seen. We finally got a Wheeljack design that didn't look like a geriatric patient. But we can't have anything nice, so Hasbro made it ugly again. Hopefully, he can meet the same fate as the Bayverse one.
We're your prisoners.
Move it.
Can't we talk this out? We're all a bunch of good chaps. I mean, you know. Why did you...
I will give them one thing though, the transformations were great. These robots do look like they turn into cars. At least, in the beginning they did. I do not think the transformations excuse these god-awful designs though.
Change the sides to Warrior Goddess. Who's your little Autobot?
Oh, you're cute.
Name's Wheelie. Yeah. Say my name. Say my name.
What are you allowing to happen to your foot just now?
This little goblin is the bane of my existence. If I had to pick a character I hated the most out of any piece of media, it would be Wheelie by a marathon. Look into this little gremlin's eyes and tell me there is a god. I will never be able to scrape the image of him humping Megan Fox's leg out of my brain. Now, thanks to me, neither will you. Do you see any genitals on this thing? 'Cause I don't. And in the original cartoon, he looked like this. Look at this upstanding citizen and tell me how we got here. But at the end of the day, Transformers is a product first and a franchise second. And I'd be okay with that if the toys weren't so expensive. Sorry, Hasbro, but I want to keep my liver until I'm old enough to ruin it. If you like this video, please subscribe because I'm definitely going to make more. If you didn't like this video, I've got great news. It's over now.
Welcome to Burger King. Can I take your...
Yeah, a Whopper. No cheese, no onions. Extra pickles
Sir,
on the
this is
side
a
of it.
drive-thru. You need a vehicle?
Fine.
You need a driver, too.
Oh, come on.
Right now at BK, there's more than meets the eye with Transformer toys. 8 different characters from the new movie, 1 per kids meal. Transformers have arrived.
Cracking little bitches. My first lieutenant. Designation Jazz. This looks like a cool place to kick it.